Finishing up the power supply frame. Good Sunday morning to you, YouTube. It's 11:11 in Sunday AM. I had kind of a bad night. I don't know if it was the trip, I don't know if it was what I ate or what, but I think since about 2 o'clock in the morning I was awake off and on, using the facilities. I don't know, it seems like I have a lot of trouble with that here lately. I don't know if it's just what I'm eating or what, but anyway, enough of that crap. What I've got here is, I think you can see a little bit. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. And we can see here. That is a toothpick. For those of you who can't tell, there are two of them. There's one here and one on the other end. I'll show you the one on the other end. Oops, I guess I could turn the camera a bit better. Okay, there. Okay, there is one on in each end, just like I said, and they are glued in. I did drill down all the way down into the other board on both sides, and the purpose of these is I'm not really sure. I don't know if it helps a lot, but see, there wasn't much surface that I glued to this originally. I glued this piece here on last night or the night before last, I can't remember which, but there was not a, you can see there's a space between on each end. Let me zoom back out a little bit. There you go. See, there's a space here and there's a space here, so it's in there pretty solid, you know, from the glue. But I thought, well, just in case, I'll go ahead and put those toothpicks in there. And what I did was cut the pointy end off. So basically it's just the fat end that's inserted down in there, and of course it's glued. And once the glue sets, I'll take and cut those pieces off. And like I said, just a little pin to help. The only force that's going to be on this is from pushing a screw in this way. So I wanted a little bit of extra, it's not a big deal, but just a little bit of extra reinforcement there. I was thinking about putting a screw in there, and I thought, well, you know, I can't really glue a screw that easily, so but you can those toothpicks, and I thought, well, that would be ideal. So that's what I did. I poked as much glue down in the hole as I could, and I worked the toothpicks back and forth and twisted them at the same time, trying to get the glue down as far as possible. And like I said, it's down in there pretty good. So I think if nothing else, the glue on the top there will hold a lot. So I think that's going to work out pretty good. So that's going to end the framework once those set up, and that will be it. So the next thing I've got to do is get my license plate and start measuring on that, and see what I come up with. And this here, I wanted to show you this too while I was at it. Let me get down here and look at it a little bit. I'll zoom back in again. Now on this, the original yellow wires were attached here on each side of the plug, receptacle, whatever you want to call it. In fact, you can see the solder joint that I just nipped it off there. What I'm going to do, and I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place, but these here connect to the little banana jacks that I use for, you know, whatever. And I'm just going to take and put a couple of wires on these connectors for these studs here, and that will be mine. Instead of trying to get down in here, that's just ridiculous. Also, while I was at it, I retightened this up pretty good here. It was kind of loose, and so I think everything will work out just fine on that. And I added a little extra bit on this here to keep these wires kind of out of the way, or you know, whatever. But so just want to get all that done. So the next thing I want to do is get, like I said, this connected here to the wire that will go through. Let me back up here. Wire will go through here. There's a hole here, Now there's obviously not a hole on this side, but I'm going to drill all the way through here, and I've got to find my little right angle drill thing so I can get a hole drilled through that, and that will put the variac input, output, whatever you want to call it, over here on this side, and this is what I'll be using for this, obviously. And it will go directly to the switch, and then, or one leg of it will go directly to the switch, and the other one will go to the common. So, like I said, that will. I'm sitting here, I'm explaining all this, and you guys are not seeing it. Why is that? Anyway, like I said, it'll go through here and come out here to the switch, and then one wire will, and then the other one will go to a common, which goes to both power supplies for the lower voltage DC and the higher voltage DC. So that's the plan on that. Like I said, my plan is to take this. There's a hole right there, and I'm back on. I need to get out of here. That's my problem. I can't see the whole thing. There, now I can see the whole thing. Anyway, the hole is right. Let's see, right there. I can feel it right there. So basically, it goes through this right here, and if I get that right angle, and it doesn't have to be there. I mean, I can drill it down here if I need to, and just drill all the way through. But that right angle drill will be able to. I can get that in there, and either way, you know, drill it either way. So that's what I need to do on that. Once I do that, I can stick my wire through, get these connected back up to the terminals like I outlined on this, and then run that wire through there, and I can put this back here, put it back up, and I'll be done with that. I don't have to mess with that anymore. So, not that it's a big deal to mess with it, but you know, it'll be done, so I don't have to worry about it. So, that's the plan on that. In the meantime, waiting for this glue to set on these pins that I put in there. I think I may get out one of the high wave or the Hitachi radio and work on those a little bit. Also, I wanted to show you this. I got this in the mail yesterday. This is from Bob. Y'all know Bob. He sent, well, not these. These are you guys remember the things I bought from China, the little wire joiners used with a heat gun. That's what these are, and we're going to try those out here one of these days. Not right at the moment, but there's not a lot in there because I thought, well, I'm going to try these out. And I think this whole pack was $4.99 shipped, so you know, it's something like that to try out. I'm not going to worry about it. But Bob, bless his heart, sent me this. And what this is right there, it says 22K 2-watt. That's one of the bleeder resistors, and that's what I'm going to use that for on the power supply. And this is a 470 microfarad 16 volt electrolytic cap, and that's going to be used for another project coming up. And let's see, he put that on tape. Good old Bob. I wanted to show you what was underneath of it. Probably can see a little bit of it. There we go. This is the drawing he made of the doubler circuit. He was trying to point out the fact that it is basically a bridge rectifier with capacitors, you know, in part of the area there. You know, the substitute for the diodes, which he says everybody draws it differently. I understand that, and I understand how this works. But so anyway, he's got the filter cap. You know, he's pretty hep on me using a filter cap, so I'm gonna have to find a decent filter cap for that. I don't know what the value is he's got in mind, but I guess we'll find out and go from there. But this is basically what the voltage doubler, it's the same circuit I have drawn out on my little schematic I made for the power supply. And it's just in a different configuration. Like he wanted to point out, that's what it would look like. And I think he was insinuating that I should have drawn it on my schematic this way. Okay, you know, 6 one, half dozen the other, Bob. But We kid back and forth. Anyway, that's what he has sent me, and I do appreciate that. I just want to let everyone know I do appreciate it. And he takes care of me pretty good, so. Anywho, that's what the deal is on this today. And I think it's probably going to be it. I've got 10 minutes on this thing already. Cheezel Pete's. How do I do these things? I guess some of this I can cut out a little bit, but like I say, that's the plan for the what's coming up. And I want to get the license plate and get it in here and have a look at that and see what kind of cutting I'm going to have to do on it. I'm going to probably use the Dremel again and that cutoff wheel, the metal cutoff wheel, and go from there. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful day. I may come back and show you the license plate. I don't know, later on. I got to take Kylie to work. She has to be there at 3, so we'll have to leave about, I don't know, 20 after 2, something like that. Get her there in time. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.